What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sold Out. And on today's episode, we are going to do kind of a year in review thing on the Zion 1s. We have the Zion 2s coming up very soon. I will have them here, I think, next week sometimes. I'm going to try to do a 2-day shipping when I get that order put in. The reason I didn't order the first Zion 2s, the Voodoo, I just thought that really wasn't a basketball sneaker. I thought it would run super hot with like the hair and all the crazy stuff and the materials that they used on that. Well, I do think it was heavy duty. I don't know if performance wise I could have made a fair judgment on that sneaker. I feel like it would have just ran hot and I really wouldn't have enjoyed it. So I wait till, I think it was the diamond or the Hope Diamond colorways coming out here in a couple days. Now, when this Zion 1 first came out, there was a lot of hate. A lot of people just did not like the looks of it. That's one thing I fell in love with. I always like something different. Not too crazy like when it comes to Kanye and Yeezy, stuff like that, but like this was just different. I loved, we'll get this out of the way. I loved this outrigger. This was one of my favorite things probably about the sneaker. It just set it apart from everything else. You can see that exaggerated outrigger right there. Now I've probably played in these over, I'd say 100 times. I've probably played in these. Few things I didn't like about it was obviously the white turns yellow, but when we're playing basketball, I knew when I got the sneaker that this inside of this would have an issue. It happens on all sneakers, especially when you're sweaty and stuff like that. You know, the inside of it gets a little bit of yellowing. Kind of like on some of the Jordan retro models, the netting on this also turned yellow. Other than that, there really wasn't too many complaints. My issue that I thought I was gonna have was this right here tearing. Now, I did get my son the team colorway. They had a red and white that matched his jersey. I got him the team colorway. He's 15, wears a size, I think it was like 10 and a half we got him. And that broke at the end of his high school season. They practice Monday through Friday with 2 games in between. So, I mean, it's full go, 5 days a week basketball. So they did take a pretty good beating. He's a high school kid. So, you know, they beat on their shoes. Didn't really, I don't even know if he even cleaned them one time. So maybe if they had been clean, they would have been better. But yes, this right here did rip out. But like I said, he played nonstop, 5 days a week. And I mean, you really can't expect a lot of sneakers to hold up to that kind of pounding. But the issue that I thought I'd have with this did happen to his. Now me, I've only worn mine, I'd say 75 to 100 times. I have not had no issues at all. No rips, no tears, nothing besides the yellowing of the sole, which is gonna happen with the clear bottoms, translucent bottoms. Now, one of my favorite things about the Zion 1 was the Air Zoom Strobel. At least I thought. So I thought the cushioning I was feeling was from the Air Zoom. I was like, it's so nice. I love the way it feels. Well, come to find out, this insole was thicker than hell. And it has like a memory foam feel to it. It is the thickest insole, yeah, by far on any of these behind me. Well, besides the Kobe 11s that have the drop in. But yeah, the way this feels on foot is amazing. Like I put this inside my Kobe Hall of Fames and it felt way, way more comfortable than the Kobe Hall of Fames. Way better than, I think I had, what, the PG6s over there, the Curry 8s. Yeah, so this insole was probably one of my favorite things about it. Now, it did wear down some. They call it bottoming out, but the good thing about the Zion 1 was when it bottomed out, you still had the Air Zoom Strobel comfort right underneath you. Now, this is a full-length Air Zoom Strobel. The Zion 2 is not. So I'm curious to how that's gonna feel. I know there's a 4-foot zoom unit, and the back half of the Zion 2 is the Air Zoom Strobel unit. So I don't think they did that in any shoes that I'm aware of. I know they did it in the front and not had anything in the back. So we will see about that. But yeah, guys, I absolutely love the Zion 1. Now, down to the traction. Everybody was trashing the traction when they got it. A lot of people, YouTubers, got the black and white pair first, and they were kind of going ham on it. I took it in the gym. I was like, man, I love the sneaker. Sucks that it's going to end up being like this. It wasn't for me. It was a beast of a sneaker. I had no issues with traction. I think I played on a super dusty court one time. Yes, I did have a little issue. But usually with any other sneaker, you're going to have an issue. I don't care if it's the Jordan 36, the Curry 8s, Curry 9s. If it's dusty as this court was, you're going to be slipping and sliding. Nothing is going to prevent that. Now, I play on fairly clean courts, so I really had no issue whatsoever with the Zion 1 traction. So now taking it back to the first video on the channel, this was the first sneaker on the channel. So I figured I would go ahead and just give it like a year in review. We got the Zion 2 coming up. I'm super excited to try that out. I cannot wait to get that in the hand, guys. But yeah, if you see this on sale, I think the Duke pair was on sale for like 66 bucks. If you can get this sneaker for $66, you are crazy if you do not pull the trigger on getting this shoe for that cheap. I mean, I'd pay regular price for this shoe. Like, if there wasn't so many sneakers coming out and I didn't do what I did, I would keep going back to this, back to this. I felt super stable with this, never rolled an ankle one time. I don't know if it's just because of that humongous outrigger, but I felt super stable when I stepped in these shoes. Even with the Zoom Strobel, you know, some people say with all the air you feel off balance. That's not what it feels like with this. You do feel up a little bit higher. You have that thick insole, you have that pretty thick Air Zoom Strobel unit running through the sneaker, but you don't feel like unstable. Like, I love how they kind of evened it out. Like, they put the outrigger there, you feel good. The forefoot is super wide. The back's narrow, but it's not too narrow. I just love the way the Zion 1 turned out. So guys, that was my rundown of the Jordan Brand Zion 1. I think they knocked it out the park with that sneaker. Being a first sneaker, I think, you know, with the Strobel, the nice big outrigger, that kind of stuff, I think that kind of set it apart from other people's first sneakers. I like the tech in that sneaker, and I hope you guys like this episode, and I have plenty more to come. I have the Zion 2s on the way. I have the KD 15s just got delivered. I just seen it go off on my phone over here that the package was delivered, so I'm hyped to go get them to the gym tomorrow. But guys, thanks for stopping through the channel, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Sold Out. Peace.